goes on the business, I want to show you one more thing that people see that's very, very important in coming to buy vehicles. And I think I've seen a lot of people who they see that as the most important thing. What's that? Well, let's head inside and let me show you on this Corolla 2012. Let's turn on our vehicle. Now our focus should be on this here. This is the mileage of the vehicle. So as you can see here, this is showing or helping you to understand that from what you can see here, this vehicle has run totally since the vehicle was bought for 106,590 miles. A lot of people base buying their vehicles on this. Well, for me, my advice would be, do not base buying your vehicle on this thing you see here. Well, you might ask, why did I say that? It's because first of all, you see this thing you see here, it is the mileage of the vehicle, but it can be tampered. A lot of the vehicles that people buy, they bring to Nigeria, they reduce the mileage, and so that means that basically a person can come in Nigeria with a vehicle of 200,000 mileage, and just so because everyone is talking about mileage, and so they will reduce the mileage of the vehicle, and then you see it attractive, it's cool to you. Wow, I love the vehicle. The mileage has not been used that long in America. Well, I have some few reasons why I don't really care about the mileage. Let's have an example. You know, mileage tells you how much this vehicle has been used. Let's say a vehicle that was used for drifting in America for 3 months. Did you know that vehicle is bad more than a vehicle that was used by a family man who only goes to his office and comes back home for 6 years? A vehicle that was used for drifting, a sports vehicle that was used for drifting, that sports do use for drifting, and was used for just 6 months, or it was used by a company to run their daily activities every blessed day, and they use it so well every blessed day. That vehicle is on the road 247 for the past 3 months. It doesn't cover long distance, but a man who uses his vehicle just to go home with his family, go to his place of work, come back, go to church and come back, and that is all. And for weekends he goes out, and that's all for 5 years, and he does that calmly. Did you know that vehicle that has run that he's owned that stayed for 5 years because it has covered a lot of kilometers, which might take it up to 300 or 400 because it's been long he used it. And that sports vehicle or that vehicle that was used by a company consistently for 3 months, that vehicle that was used by the company or used for drifting is bad. It would be weak more than that vehicle that man used. I would explain. Well, that vehicle has been stressed, and not just that, there will be a lot of work on the vehicle. You'd have to run a check on the vehicle. If you buy that vehicle, I promise you the tires will not last long. A lot of things, and even the engine itself. But the other vehicle that man was using calmly, the engine was not stressed. Nothing on the vehicle was stressed. That is one. 2, understanding that mileage does not affect the vehicle. It can be tampered. When a vehicle, the mileage is very low. Let's take for example, you're buying a vehicle of 2008, 2009 vehicle. That is about 13 years ago. And you're looking for mileage of 70,000. And you saw a mileage, they told you it is 70,000, and you yourself, you're buying it. Have something at the back of your mind. That vehicle is 100% accidented vehicle. When I mean 100% accidented, it was accidented and they abandoned the vehicle. Make I tell you this one now, make it clear you. Them abandon that motor. because motor wey dey good, most of them dem dey use am for abroad. No matter the model of the motor, dem dey use am for abroad. So make dem no deceive you, dey tell you say the mileage dey low 2012, 2000 and you go person go wan buy 2007 Corolla, dem go dey tell you say if no be 100,000 mileage dem no go buy. 100,000 mileage for 2007 Corolla, dem no dey use the motor ni. That is one thing you need to put at the back of your mind. So if you are among those who judge vehicles from the mileage, sorry na your name. Because shey this mileage, I dey into the line, I no dey do am because I no see am as something, e no make sense, because me myself no dey judge my own vehicles based on the mileage. But shey you see this number wey dey for here, computer dey reset am. If you want make dem reduce this mileage to 5, then go do am. This mileage, if you want make dem reduce am to 5, then dey do am. And another thing, some vehicles can be brought into Nigeria, and when the engines are changed, it doesn't affect this thing. But this only tells you how long the vehicle has covered. It doesn't tell you how much the engine has worked. So if the person buys a new engine and puts it into that vehicle, that new engine will take you for a long time, and then you yourself will just be judging the vehicle based on this figure here. So my advice, do not conclude on buying a vehicle because this number is either low or high. Do not choose to buy a vehicle because this number is low, or do not choose not to buy a vehicle because the number is 230 something. Please don't. Get a mechanic, get a check. They will fix something under here, get a plug under this place, and then they will run a check on the vehicle. They will tell you everything that is needed. Get a mechanic to do that job for you, or an electrician or a technician who is verified, someone you trust very well, who would give an honest answer to you. And in doing that, just make sure you're paying the person so well that he cannot be talked by the people into doing anything. Because even people who want to buy a vehicle, if the vehicle has problem, they might tell the mechanic, just push the vehicle, I'll give you something. Just make sure you're paying the mechanic well. Not if the person is done, you give them 5,000 naira. That is what kills a lot of people who buy vehicles. And the mechanic will tell you it is good. After all, you work the vehicle. I just hope you've learned another thing again in vehicles. Peace. See you in our next video.